Coming up today on Houston Life, cheers to World Cider Day. We're going to meet the founders of Houston's first ever cidery.
Plus, all you need is 20 minutes, your body weight, and a little bit of heart. We'll share a hit workout you can do from home.
And it's time to reconnect with nature. We're going to tell you about the Houston Arboretums, what they have planned for the entire family this summer.
And we are catching up with one of our favorite TV moms, actress Patricia Heaton. Find out what she's been up to during the pandemic. All that and more happening today on Houston Life.
Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Houston Life on this Thursday, June 3rd, 2021. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Courtney Savala. Great to have you with us today. Did you do laundry? Did you do laundry yesterday, this week yet?
It's never ending. I don't mind throwing things into the wash, but when it comes to what?
Folder. I'm with you.
Folding is the worst. And do you remember how we talked about at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas a few years ago? They unveiled this robot that will fold your clothes for you. I hope that I live long enough to see that day when we all have those robots in
Can you do the demonstration again?
I mean, I haven't
doing
seen
the Macarena?
the robot at work, but I would imagine it folds your clothes. It's got to do something like this.
Well, listen, this may make y'all do laundry a little bit more often. So we've talked about the sheets and the towels.
Is this a gross
all
story?
of this. Super gross.
Okay.
So gross, I had to share it. How often do y'all wash your pillowcases? Do you wash, is it part of the sheets or do you just dread it? The sheets kind of go into that category for some people.
We wash our pillowcases when we wash the sheets, which is at least once a year. No, like once a week, probably.
Once a week, right?
Once a week, yeah.
And if you are anything longer than that, y'all, pay attention, because according to an article on insider.com, you should definitely do this once a week.
Okay.
Because pillowcases are at the very top when it comes to dirty items in your home. It's actually worse than the toilet seat. It is. Listen, because it's roughly 3 million bacteria colonies per square inch just in 1 week of sleep.
Hold on.
Your pillowcase.
I need to take notes. 3 million
bacteria colonies
per square
inch.
I mean, that's a lot.
It's a ton. And your body sheds about 15 million skin cells every night. So if you don't wash your bedding, that bacteria is building up. But think about the pillowcase. Think about your hair if you're not a hair washer. But the dirty hair is really one of the main culprits. But if you don't wash your face at night, you don't take a shower, you don't take off your makeup, all of that is, you're rolling in it.
Stuck in your pillow.
Yeah.
Well, the hair thing makes total sense, especially in Houston, where we have so many, particles, dirty particulate matter from automobile emissions, from the oil and gas industry, from pollen. There are a lot of environmental things floating around that then stick to our hair product. So, I feel like showering before bed is sort of a must.
It's a must, but some people, this is a thing. Some people don't, you do you. But here's the thing. Wash your sheets, wash your pillowcases. And after I heard that, and I'm not a hair washer very often, but it grosses me out.
So do you wash them in hot water and cold water?
Well, it's recommended that you wash your bedding in hot water.
Okay.
Absolutely. Drying it on the hottest cycle possible to kill your germs, and hopefully your sheets don't come out for Barbie doll beds.
Barbie sheets. Yeah. Okay.
But maybe that'll make us wash our sheets and pillowcases a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe so. And I think that if your pillowcase is really dirty and then you're sticking your face in it all night, if you wake up with a stuffy nose in the morning, I think a cleaner pillowcase might help, right?
Well, in my longer hair too, with the extensions, I wear a hair tie.
You don't have extensions?
I don't have extensions. Don't send me an email, take my extensions out. I wear...
Karen just emailed you.
She did.
I see her
I
name
pull
on
my hair back so I'm not rolling around in it, so I wear a hair tie.
I never even
ponytail holder.
Considered that. You would get all tangled up if you have long hair.
It's a lot going on.
I'm sure it is.
And then the eye mask. There's a lot happening.
You could do a pixie cut. Your allergies
You know what?
would
When I
improve.
first met Orlando, I had a pixie cut.
I bet. Do you have pictures of that?
I do. Yeah, I'll have to bring them in. I promise I will.
I bet
it was
you
a great
look
haircut.
great with a pixie cut.
It was so fun.
Okay, it's never too late to bring back a fashion statement from the past.
I know.
Okay, so in other gross news.
Oh, you have more?
Well, as long as we're on this topic. So here's one thing you should never do after you flush the toilet.
Put your contacts in.
Lick your hands. No, this is specifically in public restrooms.
Okay.
Okay, so it's very simple, folks. You don't even have to write this down. Never linger. Don't linger.
Don't linger in the space.
Don't
Is that what you mean?
spend too much time in the bathroom.
So get off the phone.
Ew.
You know those people in the
People in the stalls like on the phone.
So weird.
Someone in the stall like on speakerphone
I
talking
just keep
about.
flushing.
What's the sound? I don't know. Well, so there's this study
Okay.
out of Florida Atlantic University's College of Engineering and Computer Science. That is where this particulate matter study comes from. So apparently every time you flush the toilet, especially in a public restroom where there's this like
Plume.
plume of, sometimes they have very aggressive flushes. They're called aerosol particles traveling through the air.
Makes it sound fancy.
No, they're really nasty. So whatever has been in the toilet
Is now
to
up,
flush,
right?
it's now, especially the stronger the flush, the more aerosol particles are flying around. So the person next to you could be doing like some
Business.
stuff in there, and you don't want to inhale the particles from that.
Well, I think
event.
also, in a public restroom, also at home, because of that, you're not supposed to, leave your toothbrush out. Some people like to leave them on the counter, per se. Or maybe if you're in a hotel. Remember back in the day when we would go to a hotel?
what's
Seems
a hotel?
long ago. It was so 2017. But, you'd leave people leave their toothbrushes out. Don't do that. Said particles.
Here's the thing, though, because some of these toothbrushes now, they come with these UV cleansing lights, so you put this blue light on them, it kills all the germs. Have you seen
That
those?
seems like a lot of work.
You plug them in, and then it sanitizes your toothbrush. We've all made it this far
Without that.
flushing toilets in the same room where our toothbrush is,
And
right?
mine has a little case on it, because I use a Sonicare.
Oh.
So it has like a little cover over the brush.
But then if the toothbrush is wet, though, doesn't that case potentially incubate the bacteria?
Not a case. It's like a little.
Just like
it's
a
like a little
cover.
hat.
Little hat for the toothbrush. That's nice.
Always keeping it in fashion.
This week on Houston Life, fashion for your toothbrush. Find
It's
the
a
best
fascinator.
hats.
It's a fedora.
It's the weirdest
What is
conversation.
happening? Okay, so here's the other thing. I find that our kids ask a lot of questions sometimes that
You don't know the answer
I don't
to?
know the answers to. And this is one of them. Have you ever wondered, I'm embarrassed to even admit this,
What?
AM or PM actually stands for?
I learned
Do
this.
you know this?
I do.
I had to look this up, and I'm not even sure I can pronounce it correctly, so you're going to have to help me.
It's post-meridian and anti-meridian.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I feel a little like I need to go back to school or something.
I think I learned this in elementary school at some point, but I know, weird, one of those things
I'm
that
sure
stuck
I
with
did
me.
too, but I mean, it was one of those, some information just goes in and out, for me.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So one is before noon and the other one is before midday.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because AM like before noon.
Right.
11:59 AM.
Right.
Yeah, before noon, afternoon.
Okay, well, I feel
Anti-meridian?
maybe I'm a little
Post-meridian.
behind here.
So what did you say when the boys asked you?
Well, I deferred to Orlando. He deferred back to me.
That's a great question, honey. Ask your father.
Right? Hang on, let me go get something. And you go on, get Google and try to figure it out.
Don't worry. Don't feel bad. There are a lot of things that we shorthand these days, right?
What else?
I mean, cursive writing, I feel like that's one of those things that's going
The boys want to
away.
learn cursive writing so badly.
And they don't
signed
teach
their-
it in schools anymore?
They're starting to again, but it's not what we had to do.
I remember when I was in, I think, 3rd or 4th grade,
Yes.
right? It was sort of like a rite of passage.
It was.
And when my sister Elizabeth, who's 2 years older than I am, who was at the time 2 grades older, whatever.
Well,
you guys know what I mean.
sometimes you can be 3 grades, but only 2 years.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
So when she started learning cursive, I remember being so jealous because it was like, wow, that's what all of the grown-up kids do. They do cursive writing.
Or when you graduated from the number 2 pencil to the pen, the ballpoint pen.
Or the wide-ruled paper to the college-ruled paper.
I mean, these are things that our kids will never understand.
I still use the wide-ruled paper.
I love a good loose leaf.
I like a big.
or
I
a
like a
legal
big.
pad. Oh, you like the ones with the dots in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I do like to write. But, you know, the older I get,
You
the
have
less I write.
lovely handwriting, though.
Thank you.
You really do. I can't read a word I write. I write a grocery list, and I don't have any idea what I just wrote.
You have great handwriting. You know, when I was a kid, too, people made fun of me because I do have legible penmanship. People made fun of me, and they told me that I wrote like a girl. And I remember this kid named Tyler. One day we had taken this test in class, and we all passed our papers to the person behind us to correct it. So I passed my paper back, and this kid stands up and he's like, "Is there a girl in the class named Derek Shore?" And I just found myself just sort of like slumping down in my chair because I was like, oh great, what's coming? Another day, another bully, more harassment. And this kid was like, "You write like a girl." And everyone in the class laughed about it. And so I actually made an effort to stop writing well. Can you believe how messed up that is?
Well, here's the thing. When you're little like that and you're feeling isolated, I understand, right? And now you're reflecting back to that, but all over penmanship makes zero sense.
And instead of being proud of having good penmanship and being like, yeah, I have like pretty good penmanship, I was ashamed of it.
That's silly.
It's silly. It's silly. But I should write these stories down though, because I feel like for my nieces and my nephews, it's good. Like you forget when you're an adult the trials of being a kid. Like it's tough to be a kid.
It's tough to be a kid. It's tough to hear words that are attacking your character at any age. You know, I mean, I feel like even just sharing that story brings back that moment. Because the way you told the story, you kind of crouched down, like you didn't want anybody to see you.
To be invisible.
And so that's how you felt. You remember that so long ago, and you know that emotion.
Yeah.
Powerful. Words are so powerful.
In the meantime, his penmanship looked like chicken scratches, so I don't know why I thought that was cool and my writing was not cool.
I love your penmanship.
Thank you so much. Well, don't look too
getting
closely at my notes today, because usually I'm just scribbling.
Mine used to be really good. I had a professor in college back when we would write things and not, you know, type them out. And he said, "Courtney, Joel Sternberg, this is lovely. It looks lovely. I just have no idea what it says." I know. Oh, well, still got it.
Okay.
Still hanging on to the bad penmanship.
You have good writing.
And still to come, planning a road trip with the family this summer. So many of us are. The must-have items that dog owners are going crazy for online.
All right. Plus, what the Houston Arboretum and Nature Center is doing to get us all back in touch with the outdoors this summer. Houston Life will be back in just 2 minutes.
Okay, dog parents, listen up. Summer's almost here, and for many that means road trips, right? And if you're taking your four-legged family member, this is amazing. I was really excited about this, but Oscar doesn't do well in the car.
Oh, why not?
He throws up.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer.
Okay.
But listen to this. This is called Pet Safe Happy Ride Deluxe Booster Seat. Well, Oscar's not that small. Look at how cute this dog is. This has more than 5,000 five-star ratings on Amazon. It's basically for a smaller to medium dog breed of dogs, right? It's said to help, with car sickness. They just need one for a golden doodle. And restlessness, and it's also machine washable. It's like a little basket, but for the car.
Huh.
You're confused.
Well, I guess so a little bit. So it's just like a
car
bucket
seat
that it sits in.
Yeah.
So it's just maybe they feel like they have their own doggy bed. But for
Maybe
bigger
more
dogs,
secure.
Maybe, yeah. I bet for bigger dogs, you'd need it down on the seat, right?
Yes, and you need almost like a crate situation.
Yeah.
I've also seen seat belts, but I don't know any harness type thing.
Yeah, you should fashion your dogs in. For sure. Protect them just like people.
Exactly. So that's available in 3 sizes. The price starts at just $25. We do have a complete article, more information on the Travel and Leisure site, their site, travelandleisure.com.
Huh. Okay, interesting. I wonder if it's a puppy thing for Oscar. Maybe he would grow out of the car sickness.
I know. When we first got him, he threw up everywhere, and now it's just kind of here and there between.
And for a while, he didn't like his feeling of his paws on the back seat, because I remember we had that pet psychic on the show.
Communicator.
Oh,
pet communicator.
Excuse me.
Alley Katz.
The pet communicator.
Yes.
Yeah.
He didn't like that, yeah.
And did he say through the pet communicator that he doesn't like road trips as well?
He just doesn't like to be in the back. He wants to be closer in the front.
Yeah, but that makes sense, though. How many dog owners do you know? He's a big dog. Our friends with dogs, it's so cute when they go on road trips because the dog always will come and rest, his head or snout on the shoulder.
I know.
It's sweet. What are your road trip essentials when you hit the road?
Buc-ee's and lots of snacks.
Oh,
Love a good snack.
okay, that's good.
Yeah, what about you?
Probably a good playlist. Brandon
good playlist.
plays DJ. I'm usually the pilot, and he's co-pilot.
Okay.
So he's responsible for navigation, the playlist, which is usually like a Taylor Swift sort of scenario.
Oh, so good.
By the way, at some point on Houston Life, we need to talk about Taylor Swift and how she is killing it after re-recording her albums one by one.
And re-releasing everything. She's amazing. Amazing art. You know, I'm a T-Swizzle fan. Love her.
Me too. Download her for your next road trip. Well, as always, we do want to hear from you. What is the one item you cannot live without on a road trip? Join the conversation on our Houston Life Facebook page.
Oh, I gave a couple. That's okay. I can't pick one.
That's okay.
Speaking of places to explore, there's a beautiful spot you must check out right here in the heart of Houston.
Yeah, Joe Sam is standing by with that story. Hi, Joe.
Hey guys, that's right. I think I need a pillow whenever I go on a road trip, but you're not going to need a pillow at all. Checking out this place here, there's been a few changes though to the Houston Arboretum and Nature Center and how they're going to operate from now on. I caught up with one of its directors to tell me how this 155-acre sanctuary is providing both education and fun all summer long. Well, summer is all about being outside, and here at the Houston Arboretum and Nature Center, we are all about that. And I'm here with Christine to talk a little bit more about the summer programs you guys have for the kiddos out here. Let's get right into it. Tell us all about it.
So we have a lot of great things going on. Obviously, last summer we weren't able to do our summer camp because of COVID. This year we're also not doing summer camp, but we're expanding our programming and offering some new things. Usually we do the 5 to 12-year-old age group for our summer camps, but this year we're offering preschool programs for kids 18 months to 4 years, as well as our regular 5 to 12-year-old programs and something for the teenagers. So 13 to 17-year-olds, they can get out here and do some arboretum behind the scenes with us.
Oh, I love that. And even for the adults, just to even come out here, we're already in this beautiful space right now, right behind the lily pond. They can just come and explore nature as well, too, just walking around the nature center here.
Absolutely. So we're open daily from 7 a.m. until dusk, which gets later as the summer goes on. So that's really nice. And it's really wonderful to enjoy this space early in the morning or in the evening when it's a little bit cooler, especially as that summer heat sets on. But, you know, if adults want to come out and learn a little bit more, summer camp, summer programs, not just for the kids. We're actually doing a summer camp for adults.
Oh, wow.
So evening programs where people can come out and try their hand at some of the fun activities we do with the kiddos, as well as some other Arboretum at Night programs that we typically do for the adults, and then also family programs. So if you want to get involved with the family on weekends, you can come out here and either just enjoy the space or sign up for one of our classes.
That's awesome. We hear some of the kiddos behind us right now just having a great time. That's how fun it is. But we also just celebrated Earth Day in April, and just really giving us that vibe of being outdoors is amazing. Tell us, how does it feel to be back in operation, making sure that you're still focusing on safety protocols, but giving people a chance to come out and enjoy that summer activity?
Absolutely. So it's been really wonderful because actually throughout the pandemic, we've been able to be open pretty much the entire time with our outdoor spaces. And we've seen such an increase in visitorship because people need this space. They need the calming and wonderful properties that nature just gives you by being outdoors in it. So that's been really wonderful. Obviously for our programs, we're keeping things in person but small and outdoors as much as possible. So we're still trying to be safe while getting folks back out in nature, because I know everyone's tired of Zooming, everyone's tired of virtual stuff.
Yes.
And we have a great outdoor classroom here, so we want to use it.
Christine, it's a beautiful day. I'm ready to go and do some exploring myself. Let's go and see what they have here to offer at the Houston Arboretum and Nature Center.
Sounds great.
Let's do it. Such a beautiful place there. Now, you can head over to our website, HoustonLife.tv, to find out how to register for any of the center's programs. Courtney, Derek, when I was there, it was just so much to see and so much to do. I was taking a jog there because I like to run out in nature, but I had to stop and just take in all the beauty that the Nature Center had to offer. It was so incredible.
It's really mind-blowing that you are just right outside 610 and you find yourself in this beautiful green space. They've done a wonderful job with all of the revamping and the construction that they've done.
And for people who have never been, as Courtney just mentioned, you are right there. I mean, you probably pass it all the time. It's right next to Memorial Park. It is right inside the loop, so check it out. Certainly a gem in the city, Joe.
It is. Getting a chance to see all the kids running around there and just having so much fun outdoors, and you're spread out because you get to really focus on your safety if you're still following all of the COVID precautions. But you have such a great time while you're out there, and you get sore with your legs too.
Yeah,
so
get some exercise.
Get a bottle of water and go out there and explore.
All right, will do. Thanks
Not a problem.
All right, still ahead on Houston Life, ready to sweat it out this summer. We are sharing 4 exercises to help build stamina, endurance, power, and add years to your life.
And refresh your meal ideas with a cookbook authored by local chefs. The details when we come back.
Well, if you are looking for quick meal deal ideas, there is a wonderful cookbook that not only is filled with tasty recipes, it also brings awareness to food insecurity.
And the book is called Pinch-Done, a gateway to flavorful recipes. And local chef and co-author Vernita Harris joins us now with details. Vernita, welcome to Houston Life. It's so great to see you.
Good morning.
So let's talk about this book. How did it come to be? What was the inspiration?
Well, the inspiration was last year in the shutdown. My co-author, B. Moore, and I were going over on Facebook, and we were sharing recipe ideas. And this was something that we were doing during the lockdown when it was early on in March and April. And we said, okay, let's talk about something positive as opposed to all of the negative and the conspiracy theories that are out there. And let's just focus on something positive. Let's share recipe ideas and make it somewhat encouraging, because what you have to do or what you need to do daily is to eat. So sharing the recipes, and we took sharing recipes to give me that recipe, oh my God, to let's just go ahead and put it together in a book.
And Vernita, you wrote the book with your former college classmate, B. Moore. We just saw the photo of the two of you together. Let's talk about what people can find in the cookbook. 168 recipes. You say that these are short prep times with very easy to follow instructions, which is key for a lot of us.
It's correct. B is a very passionate cook, and I'm a reluctant cook. And it's about the spices and changing up and looking at how you prepare a little differently. I like quick, fast recipes, and I want to get it pinched, dashed, and I want to be done. Done is the most underrated word in the universe. So that's a form.
And the title of your book, I'm sorry to interrupt, the title of the book is so perfect, and I think that, you know, allows people to get in the kitchen. I think during the pandemic, we've done that, right? We decided that we needed to cook more with our families or add more fresh fruit into our diet and vegetables. Let's also talk about your philanthropic purpose with this book, because it's dual purpose here.
Yes, it is. We are in partnership with the Houston Food Bank and Prairie View A&M University. With the Houston Food Bank, we give proceeds of $1 per book of the sale goes to the Houston Food Bank to help with food insecurity, to help those who are not always able to have a meal available for them. And with Prairie View A&M University, we also give back $1 per book to go into our scholarship endowment fund to help examine the global and domestic food chains, and also with the food deserts. So there's research and scholarships that are provided there, and Prairie View is a great partner for that because, again, it's our alma mater.
That's fantastic. So essentially, it sounds like at the end of the day, you just want people to have access to healthy, fresh meals.
Exactly. And with those two organizations, we're looking at it short term and long term.
Let's talk about the spread that we have in front of us, not only the food and the drinks, but the flowers.
Yes, well, those are not just flowers. Those are actually from Bee's Garden. The first chapter is all about gardening, and all of those that are in your bouquet there. It's flowers, it's pretty. She always has one in her kitchen because she pulls them fresh out of her garden. And those are flowers, there's tarragon, there's chives in there, some arugula. So it's all something that she would take and she would use to cook with. And so she has her herbs right there. And she's really great about going to the garden and pulling out something and making something fantastic with it.
That is so clever. Something that's beautiful to look at, but you can also use. Vernita, we are just about out of time. Thank you for providing the delicious meal. The banana nut muffin was featured in the Chronicle. Congratulations to you for that. I can see why. And you guys have a virtual cooking series we want to let our viewers know about. You were calling it Brunch, Lunch, and Munch?
Yes, and it's monthly with AARP for the next 6 months, and the next one will be June 15th. That's coming up, and that one's about seafood.
Lovely. And this luscious avocado smoothie, I have to tell you, is so good. My boys would, no one would even know there's an avocado in here. Cheers to you.
Great, thank you.
Vernita Harris, thank you so much for your time, and thanks for the delicious meal as well. And to our viewers, the book Pinch-Done, A Gateway to Flavorful Recipes is available on Amazon.com. And if you would like to register for those virtual cooking classes, we have shared a link on our website, HoustonLife.tv.
Cheers.
Nice.
This is so good.
So good, right?
So yummy. Okay, coming up, award-winning actress Patricia Heaton. She's chatting with Lauren Kelly about some of the latest projects she's been working on.
And we'll get a check of what's coming up on KPRC 2 News at 4 o'clock when Houston Life returns in just 2 minutes.
Summer's coming. Whether you're looking to tone up just in time for summer or you're simply looking to get on your feet and elevate your heart rate, this at-home workout is for you. And listen to this, you don't need any equipment.
Even better. Always good to get that heart pumping, right? Certified trainer and tone and sculpt coach Danielle Wilson takes us through cardio-focused exercises that'll get our hearts pumping and help us build strength.
This is going to be a circuit-style workout that I'm going to take you through today. We're going to complete 4 movements, 30 seconds of work each, followed by 30 seconds of rest. Repeat for 5 rounds for a total of a 20-minute workout, and it's that simple. All you need is 20 minutes, your body weight, and a little bit of heart. So let's get started. First movement, we're gonna start with a lateral lunge to squat jump. So all I'm gonna need you to do is step out with that left leg. You're gonna come to that lateral lunge. You're gonna stay low, loaded in that squat position, explode up to the top for that squat jump, and repeat on the opposite side. Explode up. Once you get used to this movement, you're gonna start to pick up the pace. Explode off the top, lean into the side, really get into that glute on that lateral lunge, and explode. I want you to try to jump through that ceiling for that squat jump. Second movement, you're gonna go to a high knee, run and stick. This is one of my favorite movements. You're going to start by bringing that leg up to that 90-degree angle. This is where you're gonna take off to that high knee run. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3. You're gonna find your balance, stick that position, 1, 2, 3. And as you get comfortable, you start to pick up that pace. Good. Keep that foot nice and flexed at the top. Leg's not out here. Leg is right here. Core stays tight. Working that core a little bit more than you might expect because we're trying to maintain that stability at the top. Third movement, you're gonna go into a speed skater. This is gonna be all about increasing that lateral power. So, you're gonna start in a nice loaded position. You're taking off one leg, exploding to one side, landing on that opposite leg. Side to side here again. Once you start to get comfortable, I want you to start to pick up that pace, increase that speed, and increase that length. Your goal there is to try to take up as much space as possible. Last but not least, my favorite movement, we're gonna go for a fast feet run to an up down. So this one's gonna take you all the way back to football practice, whatever type of practice, soccer practice, whatever you used to do in high school. This is the one that's gonna bring back some flashbacks. So you're here, you're gonna find a nice fast feet pace. Feet are moving, arms are moving. You're gonna go for about 5 seconds. You're gonna drop to the ground, pop right back up. Your goal is to get from the ground back up to this running, holding pattern as fast as possible. Run it out. Drop. Pop back up. Again, you're going to go 30 seconds of each of those movements, followed by 30 seconds of rest, 5 total rounds for 20 minutes. For more workouts just like this, you can always find me on Instagram at Danielle Wilson, or you can head to your Apple Store, download the Tone Sculpt app, and start your 14-day free trial today.
She's fantastic, and let me tell you something. That little bit you can hear her breathing heavy. She's talking the whole time, but it gets your heart rate up.
My heart rate was up just watching that whole thing, and I like that she did it at home in a smaller space.
Yeah.
It's just proof that you do not need an expensive gym membership to have a great workout.
Absolutely. Get outside, do it in the garage, put your kids in the jumper thing, get your workout on. Great stuff. To keep up with Danielle, just visit our website, HoustonLife.tv, and get your workout on.
Let's do it. All right. But in the meantime, let's shift gears, send things on over to Lauren Kelly, who is catching up with a Hollywood favorite. Hey, Lauren.
First of all, how come nothing that she had jiggled anywhere? You guys, I'm going to try it.
Because she works out.
Lauren.
Well, she's one of America's favorite TV moms, an award-winning actress and best-selling author. Patricia Heaton joined me for a chat about what she's been up to over the pandemic, her new inspiring book, and how she's helping bring happiness to people all around the world.
Well, I mean, like everybody, you know, we all kind of tried to stay busy during the pandemic. Thankfully, we're coming out of it. I've been vaccinated, so I'm very excited. I'm sort of half in LA, half in Nashville, so I'm kind of moving my life around a little bit. I do a lot of work for World Vision, which is my most favorite charity because it's the most wonderful charity in the world, biggest provider of clean water. And I've been able to travel with them to Zambia, Uganda, Rwanda, Jordan. You know, I've been continuing to support them through the pandemic because they've been supporting all almost 100 countries that they're in, not only with providing the clean water, but helping with the pandemic in different countries that have a lot less resources than we do too. I'm really excited to be able to hopefully soon get back to doing that work. But in the meantime, we've had some wonderful artisans in India who have created this necklace that I'm wearing that is available at the World Vision gift catalog. It's a beautiful druzy stone. It's got a tassel. It's got a starburst charm.
One thing that's really great that's come out of the pandemic is we've really stepped up our online shopping game. So, Patricia, we definitely can very easily purchase this.
Absolutely. That's a great point. Yes, absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about your book, your second act. Again, is it strange to put your life and kind of your inspirations down, pen and paper, and then kind of hand it out to the world for everyone to read?
Well, being a woman of a certain age, you know, I'm feeling these changes in life, right? And you know, it's not just the physical change. It's sort of your view on the world changes, and in some ways you mellow out a bit more, and you start maybe changing your priorities, what's important, and maybe also exploring something that you've had to put on hold, maybe because you had a different career or you were raising your family, or most likely doing both, and maybe the kids are out of the house now, maybe you've retired from a job that you worked at for 20 years, and you're looking to do that thing that, you know, maybe you went to college for but never could do, or just a new interest maybe in the arts or something creative that you want to explore. So my book, Your Second Act, is tales of people who have done just that, and it's meant to inspire our readers, men and women, and really at any age, to embark on something new and exciting in your life, and not to be afraid to take some chances. And I think the pandemic taught us all that the things, you know, we thought were permanent or that we could count on, you know, are not necessarily as stable as we thought. And so I think it's okay to risk and take chances because, you know, life is very volatile.
Well, Patricia, we're so happy to hear that you're vaccinated. That just means you get to come into our studio and give us a hug sooner than later.
I would love to, anytime.
Thank you so much for your time. We're all big fans, and we can't wait to see more of your work. For all the info on Patricia that she's mentioned today, just head over to our website. I've got a link up, HoustonLife.tv. Patricia, thank you so much.
Nice to see you. Thanks. Bye.
Such an inspiring woman. So glad to catch up with her. And all that information, again, is on our website, HoustonLife.tv. But I'll tell you guys, she looks exactly the same as I remember her.
She does.
She does. What a powerhouse, and
Absolutely.
so great of all the work that she's doing, too.
For sure. It's just a laundry list of amazing things. She's
Awesome.
so cool.
Thanks, Lauren.
Everybody Loves Raymond feels like it was just yesterday, doesn't it?
She was so good on that show.
was.
Love her. Thanks, Lauren. After the break, we are cooling off from the summer heat with some refreshing cider.
Ooh, sounds good to me. Stay tuned for a tasting with the folks behind Houston's very first cidery. Don't go away. Well, cheers. In honor of World Cider Day, we are raising our glasses to Houston's very first cidery, Courtney.
Cheers. Well, Houston Cider Company actually started out as a brewery, but in 2017, they switched gears to produce only cider. And since then, they've taken a hardcore approach to perfecting their craft.
I'm Steve Macalello. I am one of the owners of Houston Cider Company.
My name is Justin Engel. I am the cider maker here at Houston Cider Company.
We are Houston's first production cidery, meaning that we produce everything that we make.
I get the lovely job of climbing all the way up to the top of the tank to pitch the yeast slurry in. So yeah, I can't be afraid of heights around here.
We strive to make kind of ciders that represent what Houston is all about. Houston's obviously a very diverse city, so we kind of want our ciders to reflect that.
So these are some of the ingredients that we use in our ciders. B2B Honey gave us Guajillo raw honey. This is the hibiscus that we use. Cream Earl Grey tea. These are a bunch of the dry ingredients that we use. A lot of the ingredients that we use are fresh ingredients. So because of us being at Urban Harvest, I actually do go around to a lot of the farmers at Urban Harvest and take a look at their ingredients, see what's fresh in the time. We're making essentially a nut extract that we're going to use to build a pie crust flavor.
So craft to us means using the best ingredients, means using whole ingredients. If we say our cider has mint in it, or if it has, cardamom in it, it really has that in it. We try to use whole ingredients where possible, minimally processed, and I think that you can really taste that in the cider. Creating a culture where it's okay to throw out a weird idea and not feel like people are gonna look at you like, what's wrong with you? That's really important, because sometimes, the off-the-walls ideas will lead to, the initial idea might not be much, but it might lead to a really good final idea, As Houston's first production cidery, it's almost incumbent on us to take that responsibility kind of seriously and make sure people are left with the right impression of cider,
Well, joining us now are Houston Cider Company co-founders Steve Macalello and Justin Engel to walk us through a little cider tasting. Guys, it's great to meet you. Congrats on the cidery. I feel like we should be calling you scientists, because it seems very technical the way you make your products, but I think it's really cool that you want to make your ciders as diverse as our lovely city here.
Hi, guys. Yeah, thanks for having us. Sorry. We appreciate you being on the show. Yeah, it is really important for us to kind of reflect what Houston is in our product and in its glass. That's a big deal for us.
Before we get to the tasting, guys, okay, I'm a newbie, so cider is in its own category, right? It's not a beer.
Correct. Cider is made with, our cider is made with all apples. So all the apples are fermented with yeast, and that yeast produces CO2 and alcohol from the sugars in the apple. And then we have the joy of adding additional ingredients to make some of the flavors that you have in front of you.
Well, and I was sipping a few of them during your story just now, so I will admit that. But what's really cool about each taste, you have really created something that is vastly different than anything I've tasted before. Let's get to the tasting. The first one is a bit dry, and you call this the OG of the core four.
Yeah, that is, the dry is one of the first ciders I think we have ever made. And like its name says, it is on the dry side, which means that it doesn't have very much sugar in it at all. I think the 12-ounce can has about 2 grams of sugar in it, so it's pretty dry.
And it is so light. I mean, again, I'm looking at this and I keep thinking it's going to be a heavy, sort of like a beer, and it's not like that at all. And you say this particular one pairs great with spicy foods like a Thai curry. I could see that for sure, cutting that spiciness.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a lot of really kind of bright acidity to it. You're going to get some like green apple notes in there, but at the end, you know, as you swallow, you're going to get kind of it's going to leave your palate kind of clean and refreshed. And that really helps cut through any kind of spicy foods or any kind of rich fatty foods.
Yeah, the green apple is definitely coming through. Let's move on to the second one. This is a cherry flavor.
Yeah, so for the cherry, we use Montmorency cherries from Michigan. And the cherries themselves have a great flavor with them. It's very nuanced and complex. So a lot of our cider drinkers, they get some cinnamon notes and nutmeg notes, a little bit of like spicy notes with a really good cherry flavor.
This reminds me of Thanksgiving. I mean, it's so flavorful. And the first thing I noticed about this too is how fragrant each and every one of these. We can smell them all. It's really incredible. And you say that the cherry pairs well with like an orange roasted duck or even a herbed roasted chicken. We're moving on now to this one called Singapore Sling. And this is a smaller batch, is that right?
Yeah, that's one of our small batch ciders. Those are only available through our tap room, and we come out with a new one every week.
Super cool. And the small batch, as you mentioned, at the tap room, if you want to get that handwritten label, which is super cool, people can buy the Core 4 ciders at H-E-B, Whole Foods, Total Wine, Specs. But again, only at the tap room can you get these small batches. What do you think, Courtney?
This is so good. Walk us through the tasting notes really quickly of this Singapore Sling.
Sure. Yeah, that one's inspired by the classic cocktail, which is a gin-based cocktail. So instead of putting gin in it, we made our own house blend of gin botanicals. And we fermented this apple juice with those gin botanicals to kind of get that gin flavor in there. So that juniper is there, that kind of coriander is there, a lot of other flavors in there as well.
It's delicious. All right, guys, we're just about out of time, but before we go, this hibiscus mint, I think might really be my favorite. They're all delicious, but if I had to pick one, I love that this is so unexpected. Where does it get its flavor?
With the hibiscus mint, the cider is made with fresh mint and hibiscus, so that fresh mint provides a lot of great flavor to it, and particularly for the Houston summers, it's going to be a nice cooling effect from the mint.
Oh, you hit the nail on the head. All of these are fantastic. I'm newfound love for ciders, but these last two going to be at the pool with me this summer.
Justin Engel, Steve Macalello, thanks so much. We'll see you at the tap room very soon. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
We're going to share all of these tasting notes plus a link to connect with Justin and Steve on the food and drink section of our website. Definitely give them a shout out.
Love that hibiscus mint. All right, Houston Life will be right back.
Well, that was a fun show. That cider was so good.
It was delicious. You guys are got to check them out. I feel like this hour always flies by somehow.
Flies by when you're having fun.
Yeah, mostly because of you guys, too. We love reading your comments during commercial breaks. We're always checking to see what you guys are posting on our Houston Life Facebook page. So to all of you who have done that, thanks for your notes.
And we appreciate you communicating along with us, too. It's fun. You make us laugh. You're super. They're funny. Funny people.
Indeed. All right, guys, that does it for Houston Life. We'll see you back tomorrow.